Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video here with TheWolfpack. And guess what? It's May 5th and I'm super excited to show you guys finally my Captain America Civil War figure showcase video. As you can see here, I have 13 figures, that is right, 13 Captain America Civil War characters right here that I made in the last month. I am truly sorry because there is no crossbones in this project. That was a plan. I did wanted to make a crossbones, but time was not on my side, and besides, I kind of think crossbones is going to be just another supportive character, and the main thing is going to be these guys. So, yeah, anyways, in this showcase, I'm pretty sure you already know all these characters, but in case you don't, Captain America here, Steve Rogers, and then by his side, the Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes, and then Ant-Man, Hawkeye, and then back here, Falcon, Scarlet Witch, and Agent 13. This half is Team Cap over here, and then on the other half, we have 6 figures. Iron Man, Tony Stark, War Machine, and then Black Panther, very excited for him. Then Vision back here, then the amazing Spider-Man, super excited for him, and then Black Widow back there. This is quite a showcase, guys, so let's get right into it. So first up, I'm going to start off with Captain America, Steve Rogers, simply because he is like the main character, and because I go for Team Cap. So yeah, sorry Team Iron Man, but I am a Captain America follower. Anyways, so as you can see, there's a ton of details on this figure, including a custom-made shield, a custom-made helmet, well, not custom-made, but it's modified, and a little bit of 3D additions to the figure. This figure is loaded, guys, because this is probably one of the most detailed figures I have ever made, and I'm truly happy with it. So making this figure was very, very fun, and I hope you enjoyed this figure just as much as I did making him. So the hood, or the cowl, or helmet, whichever you prefer to call it, is actually the Flash cowl. I've also seen other YouTubers use that same helmet or cowl for Captain America and various other figures. This shield was given to me by a friend, and as you can see, has a little bit of more metallic color, so that's pretty nice. And as you can see, he comes with the A's on both shoulders for Avengers. I did see a few pictures of him back in Age of Ultron where he has just one A and one star on the other side. However, I did not see any evidence of a star on the other shoulders, so I decided to do both A's on both shoulders. And I'll tell you what, guys, these A's were not easy to make. That's probably one of the hardest things from this entire figure. Yeah, also the 3D things that I talked about are these straps right here. You probably can barely notice, but these straps are 3D. They are basically paper, and then I glued it on and then painted them. This head that I used is actually Luke Skywalker's face or head. I just think that it looks fine, and the eyes actually work for the cowl. So yeah, I thought you guys would like to know. Anyways, time to move on to our next figure because this is going to be a long video, so let's move on. So next up we have Bucky Barnes, also known as a Winter Soldier. As you can see, this is the Winter Soldier version of Bucky Barnes, and that is because this figure was the first figure I made for this showcase, like two or 3 months ago, and we didn't have that many pictures of the Winter Soldier for Civil War. So I decided to go with the Winter Soldier pictures. As you can see, I'm not sure, but I think I did see him wear this same costume in one of the scenes. I hope that is true. If it's not, then I will apologize right now. As you can see, this is a Brick Arms rifle right here. As you can see, it was black, and I added some metallic gray and light and dark gray details. Some of the scope, some of the stock, and some of the barrel, the ammo clip as well. So back to the figure. This arm is completely painted in metal color, and then I added the stripes and the star, which was a nice touch. And then he has a glove, which is painted on both sides, as you can see right there, which is a really nice touch that I didn't think I would add. He does have a gun holster right there, and on the other side he has some like knives and other gadgets. The back is very simple. I'll go ahead and take off the hair so you can see that he does have a double expression face. This is the Prince of Persia figure head, Dastan to be more specific. Anyways, it's time to move on to our next figure. So yeah. Next up we have Falcon, and this figure was actually made about a year ago, but I really never actually finished him. So now he is here, and I'm really happy with how he came out. He's also one of the figures that has the most details on, where I've never done something similar, especially the wings section. I've never done something like that, and I did get some ideas from several YouTubers. This is what Lego should have made. The Falcon they made is fine, but it just misses like the spot on a lot of things. The first thing is the color. Falcon is more dark gray, not light gray. Second off, they give him a huge hairpiece, which, I mean, it's useful. The hairpiece is useful, but he doesn't have hair like that. The head is perfect, but then they added very bad printing. Like, the torso was perfect as well, but then they added the wings that cover the entire back, and then the legs, if I remember correctly, have no printing at all. This is what they should have done, or something similar. Now back to the wing. This is the most interesting part of the entire thing. So, the wings can be detached. So here is Falcon without his backpack. Sorry about the camera and all that stuff. So this is a backpack, and it's very simple to make. I will remove Falcon so I have more screen space. So this is a brick build backpack, which I made for my Winter Soldier version. It's very simple to make. It's got very simple bricks on it. However, it does require a little bit of modification in one of the bricks, and I'll show them to you right now. So after using a little bit of super glue, some cutting utensils, you can get this. This piece is actually two of these bricks. Like, you probably know already what this kind of brick is. And then you take another one, you cut out this piece, and then you glue it on. And then you have what you would call a 1x3 with, or simply a one brick with two of these on each side. Lego has not made one of those, and well, I thought that it actually looked nice, so I kind of went in and made my own version of Falcon's jetpack, because why not? I mean, Lego's version sucks, and we don't have an equal model of a jetpack. And then the wings are plastic, which you can get with toys, specifically with toys and some food packaging. As you can see, I left this entire section blank, or simply clear, because this part is covered by the jetpack, so there's no need to like paint that part, and besides, it would probably scratch off. but I painted one side, which is a little bit rough, but I mean it's paint, so I decided to keep the smoother part, which looks very cool. I really like the wings, even though they are like what pretty much saves the figure. They were very time consuming, and basically how this works, I put the wings on this neck piece and like that, then attach the jetpack on like so, and there we have a masterpiece Falcon. And also, if you are wondering, these are Star Wars Commando or Commander pistols. I thought they looked nice on him, so I gave them that because he doesn't carry like spy guns like the ones that Black Widow uses, or the types of guns that Deadpool uses. So yeah, I think he came out really nice, and I hope you enjoyed him just as much as I enjoyed making him. So anyways, enough of Falcon, so time to move on to our next figure. Next up we have Scarlet Witch, and this was quite a figure. Like, getting the parts for this figure was not easy, especially the hairpiece. And guys, I was crazy looking for a hairpiece like this, and I'm happy I was able to find one in time. Like, I literally got this like, I don't know, 3 days before I like finished the entire thing. Anyways, as you can see, she is holding gems. Yes, that is correct. These bricks or custom accessories come from Brickforge, link in the description. These are 2 gems that I thought would be nice, and are nice like to represent the mystical powers that she has. I did not go with the discs because simply I don't have any. Yeah, this is a figure made from scratch, so there's no way for me to find discs in any set because I just don't have the money to buy the airport battle. I know that a few of you may disagree with the hair color, but that is because there's a couple of pictures that I've seen where she has a lighter brown and not a darker brown hair. I'm sure she'll like sport that in the movie and you will see for yourselves, but the color of the hairpiece is actually very accurate. Not my favorite. I like her with a darker brown, but she does have a lighter brown hair in Civil War. If you don't believe me, you can go ahead and check out the trailer. But yeah, that is Scarlet Witch, guys. And there's nothing on the back because, well, the trench coat covers that. And what you see there is basically what you get. I will go ahead and remove the hairpiece, which is actually a reddish colored hairpiece. As you can see, I am using Supergirl's head because I just think it looks perfect, or works perfect. And that is the torso, all the details you see there, and she does have a little necklace. I think that's a nice touch that I was able to add. But anyways, that is Scarlet Witch, guys, so time to move on to our next figure. Next up we have Ant-Man, and this is quite a figure, let me tell you that. So making this figure was not hard, but it did require some time and some preparation, which at the end didn't pay that well. So yeah, there was like complications during the process of making this wonderful figure. For a moment, or for a few days, I thought I wouldn't be able to actually make him, and I sort of tried to get a micro figure to make my own Ant-Man so that the showcase wouldn't be without Ant-Man. But well, surprisingly, I was able to make him. And the complications were that I bought an Ant-Man figure, the entire thing, and you know how Lego Ant-Man helmets have this mouth hole. Well, covering that with clay was not my best idea. I put it in the oven, something went wrong, I don't know what, and the helmet basically shrunk. So there's no way to fix that. There's no way to heat it up and then mold it back to what it was. There's no way to do that. At the moment I do not have the helmet done. Like, I don't have it right here. It's like stored away, and it's not worth it to bring out here because it's not worth being seen by the world. But anyways, this figure came out very well, and yes, I did buy another Ant-Man figure just so that I was able to make him. But yeah, this time, or the second attempt, I used paint to cover up the mouth hole, and then it was like just layers and layers of paint to make that mouth hole go away. But here it is, and I love the details that I was able to do on him. Yes, I am using the original torso. I pretty much adapted the new details to the older torso, but I think it came out very well. Anyways, that is it for Ant-Man, so now to our second to last figure from Team Cap. Next up is Hawkeye, and this was quite a figure because just making all the accessories for him was quite a trip, because making the bow was very interesting. This is a brick forge modified bow, and this was actually the compound bow. However, I noticed like at the last minute that his Civil War bow is actually way more simple than the others that he had used. I could be totally wrong, but I think he's used other bows, different bows, in the other Avengers movies. I could be totally wrong again, so I apologize for that. I'm not a Hawkeye nerd or anything, but he's here, that's the important thing. And I did use the all messed up hair because it just looks much better. I'm pretty sure you already know what kind of face this is. This is like a soldier type of face. It kind of fits him, and it's the only face that I had that looked like him. So yeah, this is a brick forge arrow. Again, brick forge link will be in the description below, and the tip of the arrow is actually painted in silver, so that's pretty cool. The string is kind of loose, and that's so I can like sort of pose the figure in ways, so that's kind of cool. And the legs are very simple, just like a little holster right there. I don't know if you can see that, it's very dark. You can sort of see it against the light there. And boots. But yeah, and also another cool thing about this figure is that this arm guard, or chest guard actually, is 3D. It's paper. In the back I did not do anything, and that is because this thing back here would conflict with the paint back there, so it was either that or scratching paint off. And yes, I did have to like change the position of the quiver, because Lego has one that goes upwards like that, like towards over there, and then he has it coming over to the side. So yeah, that is pretty much it for Hawkeye, all the important stuff on him. So yeah, let's move on to our next figure. And last for Team Cap, we have Agent 13. This is a fully scratch figure, basically. Even the head is painted by me, and I would understand if like the expression on her face isn't what you see in the movie. But I mean, painting faces is not my best skill. But I ran out of female faces. Like I used one for Scarlet Witch, I used one for Black Widow, and I used another one for Wonder Woman, for Batman vs Superman. I don't have that many faces of women or female faces, so I had to make up my own, and I think it came out very good. Like, probably not perfect, but I think it works a lot. This figure is based on the suit, where she has not suit, but the outfit that she has when she's fighting Bucky in one of those trailers. As you see here, she does not come with a jacket, and that is simply because when I made it, because I did try to make it, it kind of tore, like it broke, and it just didn't work out. So yeah, and I ran out of time, so yeah, that's quite a disappointment there, but this is her. And usually when I do not when I do make custom trench coats or jackets, I do not do any details, and that's basically what happened here. I wasn't going to do any details on her back, but again, the hair covers it all up, so there's no need to make any details back there. And I gave her a small brick arms gun there. So yeah, link in the description. And yeah, this is a very basic figure, but again, Agent 13 doesn't look like she's going to do much in the movie, so yeah, we will see what she's up to in the movie, and I hope she's just as cool as in Captain America 2. So yeah, now that we are done with Team Cap, finally, no, just kidding, it's time to move on to Team Iron Man. And this is Tony Stark technically in his Mark 46 suit, and this is basically, if I remember correctly, this is a Mark 43 from Age of Ultron, and as I said before, I do not have enough money to buy the airport battle, so I have to use figures, older figures, or simply scratch figures to make my own figures. The entire torso is adapted to the new 46 armor suit, and that's something that I was impressed. I didn't think it was gonna be this good, and this is my first time making a full Iron Man suit, and I'm really happy with it. Even the back is like decorated with everything Mark 46 has, and of course that I used Tony Stark's head onto there. I don't go fancy, and I don't make like the insides of the masks like some people do, but yeah, that is Mark 46. And the reason I did not do leg printing is because if I were to do that, then I would have had to do the same with War Machine, and you will see why I did not add side leg paintings in just a moment, because yeah, like I would have if I would have been able to, but you'll just see right now because we're about to move on to War Machine. So this is War Machine, and this figure is made out of scratch. It's not a War Machine from the Iron Man 3 sets. No, this is a fully scratch War Machine, and I'm really happy with how it came out to be. Like, I can barely like tell if it's like adapted to a torso or not. It's very symmetrical, and I really like that. This was also one of the first figures I made like 2 months ago. And anyways, first things first, the reason I was not able to do like side leg printings is because I honestly and personally don't like to load my figures with a lot of painted stuff on. Yes, I will if it's truly necessary, but like I already did a bunch of stuff right here, and the entire torso, the arms, and the entire back, and even the helmet. All of those elements were blank. I had to paint all of that, and just painting more stuff on the sides of the legs would have made the figure a little bit too much loaded with paint. The back is flat, not like the Lego version, which is where my figure is better, because I actually made this a turret out of spare parts, and I added like extra details back here. Like this entire extension is glued, like it's a piece of plastic, of random plastic. I literally used like scraps for this, and it came out very well. I mean, it's not super duper accurate. It's not like probably as sturdy. I mean, it is, like, it won't break off, but I think I did a really good job on that little detail right there. So anyways, that's enough for War Machine, so time to move on for more Team Iron Man figures. Next up is Black Panther, and let me tell you guys, this is one real figure. Like, the details that I was able to add to this figure are amazing. If you let me say so myself, his helmet, which is probably the best interest on this figure, is fully sculpted by me, with clay, of course, the clay that did not work for Ant-Man's helmet, which I explained a while ago. So, like, I basically used a Lego head, and then I cut off the stud, and then I sculpted on the stuff, the clay on him. And let me tell you guys, this, I am truly, like, by far and away and beyond satisfied with this sculpt, and I hope you enjoyed this. So this figure has a ton of details on his torso, as you can see, and on the back of the torso as well. And on the side of the arms, there isn't like that much that I wanted to add through the arms, because then it would just lose the black, if you know what I mean. And also for the legs, it would just lose the black on him. I did do like white eyes. He looks pretty intimidating. And I did like add the claws, and for extra details, I added his thumb claw, which is kinda cool. Anyways, enough of Black Panther, because he has to run, and we have to take a look at other figures. Next up, it's Spider-Man. I even said I wouldn't be making this figure, like, what, 3-4 months ago, when I did my other Spider-Man, this Spider-Man figure. I made that Spider-Man like literally 2 days after the first Civil War trailer with the Spider-Man appeared, and I just wasn't planning on making Spider-Man. But here he is, and I'm happy I was able to make him because he is really cool. So the techniques that I used on this figure are different than the ones that I used for the other Spider-Man. And for this Spider-Man over here, I used a blue torso, and then I painted on red. On this one, I used a red torso, and I painted on blue. So I kinda had to change, because I did notice that his webs on his suit are much thinner, and I knew that I had to like have a flat surface to work on for that to actually happen. His spider logo, I don't know if you can notice, but it's super symmetrical. I can barely tell it was hand painted. And the arms and the legs are fully painted with hashtags, webs. And the back is very, very cool as well, with that spider. And the belt has some web refills that he's gonna have in the movie. I didn't paint those on because those go in the insides of the arms, which would scratch out very easily. The arms are there. The head, I did the exact same thing that I did with my other Spider-Man. I didn't go all the way around, as you see here. I basically copied this head onto this figure, but smaller eyes. So that is something. So now I'm afraid there's gonna be another civil war between Spider-Mans. Tell me which one's your favorite in the comments. Is it classic Spider-Man or is it Civil War Spider-Man? You tell me in the comments. Now shall we move on to other figures? Next up we have Vision, and this time what you can see here is a little bit different of a figure. Like I've never done something like this. I'm talking about like painting the entire figure. This is the original Vision figure. However, as you can see, I did change all the colors, basically all the colors. Like I kept some of the pink and I painted some different tones of pink, as you see here. But this is basically the original Vision, but I did my own green because Lego's green is a little bit too sandy. It's too light for the character. I just think that a darker green, like shown here, looks way better, including the purple. The cape, as you see, it's not as detailed as we probably know it to be, and that is because I've never done like a custom cape. I've made capes but not painted. This is like black fabric, and then I painted the entire thing gold from both sides, and then I did like the basic red or dark red markings as you see there, inside and outside. To be honest though, I did not do like this thick one on the inside, only the outer ones, and I'll just lift up the cape or just move it around so you can see the back. There's the back of the figure. It's fully painted in a darker green tone. You can see a little bit of the lighter green inside there. It's a very cool figure. I really like it. But it's probably like too much detail on the cape would have just made it a little bit too hard. I mean, like, no, those are not the right words. It's just that I do not know, like, I couldn't find an actual image of the cape, so I tried to make it out as much as I could, but I just didn't want it to do something inaccurate, so I just went with that. And I maybe for like Infinity War I'll make an upgrade to this figure, but for now this is what I can do. And lastly we have Black Widow, and this is overall a very basic figure. Like there isn't really that much to her. However, she does carry two custom made guns. I don't remember where I got these, but they are not Brickforge, that is for sure, because Brickforge's guns are slightly bigger, but I happened to have these smaller guns which suit her very well, and so I thought I would just give them to her. She is wearing, I believe that is a Wonder Woman head. I could be wrong, but yes, it is a Wonder Woman head. And the hairpiece is the same one that she wore on the Lego Avengers 1 figure. And to be honest, the suit she has in Civil War is very alike like the one that she used in Avengers. So I basically based this figure from the original Lego figure. However, I did do like 3-dimensional belts, and also the back belt is 3-dimensional as well. The back, literally, that is all the details there is to it. If I were to remove the hairpiece, basically there wouldn't be any more details other than these extended back lines, and there you can see the other expression that she has. Also the belts that she has for her holsters for her guns, and I will show them to you. Here they are, where you can barely see, sorry, there. So two tiny, they are both the same holsters for each side, and basically 2 knee pads, and that's basically it. Like, what mostly stands out from this figure is basically that the headpiece suits her very well, and also the Black Widow logo that I added there. Well guys, that's pretty much it for this showcase, and I am sad that this is coming to an end because making all these figures was a great experience, one of the best experiences I've ever had in making custom figures. So before you go guys, please subscribe if you haven't, leave a like, and leave a comment and tell me what you think about these figures, because your comments do really play a huge role in this channel. They do inspire me to make more and better stuff in the future. So guys, I will be seeing you guys soon in my next video. Take care guys. Goodbye.